Welcome to Not a Great Whisperer podcast. This is your host, Katie Ray. I am joined with Amanda Lebiszczak. Did I say it?
You so nailed that. You're like the only one.
I also had to run into the intro just to say it correctly. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
So I'm excited. One of our mutual friends or acquaintances said, hey, you're going to love this girl. Her energy is like yours, and you guys are just going to love each other. And I'm like,
explode together.
I'm all about shit like that because I have positive energy. I have real energy. I think we're going to have a real conversation today.
Oh, we're going to get down and dirty.
Tell me who you are.
So my name is Amanda Lebiszczak. No one uses that last name. No one. I was married for 6 years before I took it, let's be honest. And I literally gave him my driver's license as a Christmas gift. He was like, this is weird. I was like, look at the name.
I finally did it.
It was definitely a downgrade from Hancock. Super
Amanda Hancock.
But whatever, he's hot, and that's worth taking.
That's what matters.
So fine, yeah.
That's what matters.
It's not what's underneath that matters. It's what they look like. I'm just kidding. Sort of. Anywho, so I'm Amanda. Nobody uses my last name. Just put me in the phone as Amanda Realtor. I'm a residential realtor.
That's what I did.
In Pinellas County. I actually have a client who had me in as Amanda Bitch, but then turned that around. I wasn't her realtor at first. Mm-hmm. Another one was, and she did not get a house. So she put me in as that, and then when they needed me, they called me, and now it is not that.
I feel like you wouldn't care if it was Amanda Bitch.
I actually was pretty proud.
I was like, I would feel pretty good about it.
I kind of represented
Thanks for knowing.
Pretty solid on that one. That was true.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
And
that was a luxury listing as well. So I'm a residential realtor in Pinellas County. I live in North Pinellas. I own ducks, even though it's against the covenants of our HOA.
Wait.
But I'm the president of the HOA, so I feel like there's a lot.
Wait, you own the ducks in your...
They're in our backyard.
Okay.
It was a COVID purchase.
Oh.
I'm not sure why I shared that.
This is probably one of the greatest... Like I love little, here's a fun fact.
I own ducks, and our covenants are against it, and I'm president.
And I'm the president of the HOA.
And every neighbor who hates
You're
me
the fucking president of your HOA. Of course you are.
That is what happens when you don't attend a meeting. And the three guys that are on the board are like, hey, by the way, we nominated you, elected you in. You're just going to be fine. There's no crown. I don't get a parking spot. It's a huge letdown.
You know what? The next meeting, I'm going to get you a crown.
Thank you.
And it's going to have ducks on it. And a scepter with ducks on it. Fucking done. Okay. So have you always been a realtor in Tampa?
No, I have been a realtor in 3 different states. Ooh. So real estate mostly is who you know when you first start.
Yeah.
So I started in Savannah, Georgia, my hometown, 5th generation Savannaian.
When you said Georgia, it went in South. It has to, you gotta say it.
And vodka, and it comes out like all of a sudden I'm on Designing Women.
First of all, yes. Shout out to Designing Women.
Such a great show. God, they were strong. Anywho. I started in Savannah, Georgia. It was great. It was wonderful. Albeit a little racist. And then my husband got a promotion. We moved to Knoxville, Tennessee, started over again. So that was second start over. We moved to Atlanta, started over again. Super exhausting starting over in real estate because you don't know anybody in that town. You don't know anything about that market. But I really love it. I mean, I loved my clients. So I started really just doubling down on being authentically myself. I would door knock and just make people laugh their pants off. Yeah. Pants literally would just fall.
Sometimes pants were off.
Yeah. I mean, people
it
just
wasn't
open the door
awkward
and they're like, what are you selling? And I'm like, what are you buying is more important. So then we moved to Florida about a decade ago, and I am never leaving.
Good. I don't want you to leave because this has just started a great friendship.
Amazing friendship.
This is amazing. The fact that the pants were off when you got to the door and it didn't stop you from doing what you needed to do.
We're here to sell some real estate, whether you put those pants on or not. You're moving.
Going into that, have you ever walked into a house that you're selling and just some awkward shit happened?
So here's the funny thing about houses in Florida. There's a lot of times where realtors either are too busy to put in there's a private remarks section in the listing where you really should divulge everything you know.
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't. So yes, I once showed a lovely home in North Pinellas, and a handyman was doing some work there, but he got super drunk and he smoked the Lord's grass. And when I showed up the next morning to show the property, he was butt naked on the floor in the living room.
And I feel like that brings a little bit of character to the property.
Sure, yeah.
Is that what you feel?
I tried to highlight the baseboards so that we could just give him a moment. You guys are going to love the baseboards in here. Pay no attention to the man with the penis.
So was his tool belt on?
No, he didn't even own a tool belt. And I actually referred him business after that because I felt bad for the little fella, and he was not dependable.
So, okay.
He doesn't lay floors.
First of all, first of all, great story. I really hope that guy really thrives in his handyman business. If he was, or a squatter, we're not sure.
If not, based upon his biology, he could thrive in other.
Do you think that affected your sale?
We did not purchase that home. Correct. They ended up buying something just down the road.
This is so great.
But no one was naked.
Well, we know you're a good realtor. You focused on the baseboards. You know you can easily transition into what's next. You're great. What else about you is great? Do you have a son?
Oh, I do have a son. He is exactly like me, except he looks like his father. So we get along in very small doses. Mm-hmm. We are like oil and water. We are like if Judge Judy and Judge Judy were together all the time. All we do is argue. We can't stand each other.
But you love each other.
And I love him so much. I want to literally physically eat him. Like I want to put him on an open flame, rotisserie, and then devour every part of him.
Oh, that is a mother's love, ladies and gentlemen.
It's terrifying. Don't do it. I don't recommend it. 1 out of 5.
It's so empowering. So I love that you are both, but you both know you're both alike. Like we have accepted it.
And I think very early on, I knew I didn't want to be a mom. I did not want to raise people. And so I used to say that in dates, like just because a lot of men want to see their sperm, walk the earth. Ugh. I did not want to be the person.
That is so well put.
Make that sperm with the egg.
My sperm's so good. It should be on the earth. Yes, yeah. And you're like right away on this date. No.
Yeah, third date, normally I would say, listen.
Yeah.
I'm not a carrier. Mm-hmm. So if you want someone to carry it, I think you should. But then I found my husband was super hot and I went to the OB when I was like 33 and she was like, look, I know you don't want kids, but if you're going to have them, now's the time. And I was like, wait, are you telling me I can't do something? Oh. So we immediately went home and made a person.
You said challenge accepted.
Don't tell me I can't stay out past 11.
Don't come at me at 33, bitch.
Yeah.
Don't.
So there you go.
Don't you love their wording? But now you have this amazing little human that's like you, though.
Yeah. And we just did the one time because we put all the effort into that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we love him and he's the best. But I also know that I'm a great mom, but I'm not a great full-time mom.
No, and thank you for being honest about that. I think women don't enough, the self-sacrifice. I went through some hard time. We did IVF, so I was like, I asked for this, and it was like a lot of emotions, but that's super honest, right? You know what you like you want to put your whole heart into something. But you know that if you did this 24/7, you wouldn't be your best self.
Yeah.
Like what makes you your best self?
Is it?
And the kid needs your best self.
So when you do IVF, I just have a question. Mm-hmm. So you do it. Is it hard? Do you feel more guilt when you're not always loving every minute of momdom? Or do you, because I wanted this and I actually paid for this.
Oh yeah. So on my hard days, I'm like, Katie, stay present. But I'm also like you, I need to be in front of people. I need to be talking to people. I need to be, that's what sets my soul on fire.
Yes.
But being a mom is so great. Oh my God, little humans running around. You're like, you are so easily moldable and you are so excited about that cardboard box. Like my 2-year-old will be like, oh my God, let's go hide in here. And you're like, what? I just got something from Amazon.
The box came
I'm like, okay, yeah. So we do a lot of Tupperware, a lot of boxes.
Good call.
I'm really budget.
Good call.
But yeah, and when you feel that guilt, you're just like, oh, I can't think like that. I'm a mom. And you're like, no. If more women were just open and honest, we're like, these are really hard days. And sometimes I fucking hate this part.
Yeah. I think across the board, if people were just more honest, they'd be more successful and genuinely happier
just
in
like being a realtor. Like you see the glamour aspect. Like I'm this person on this sign that says I'm selling your house, which I do love. That's like lawyers and billboards.
Oh my gosh. Put your face on it. That shows
trust. If you like it, then you should have put your face on it. You know what I mean? Like throw it on there.
Put a guarantee on the box. Yeah. That's going to be a good product.
This is the face you're going to get when you get
Trust
this house.
Yeah, I think, so I started in the business in 2008, which was also the year the market crashed. So that was fun.
Oh my gosh. That's not stressful.
Not at all. I was like, wait a minute, what's happening?
Because
sorry. What's going on? Why is everyone going to work in Home Depot?
Do I go back?
There's no more realtors. It's just me. But I think in the beginning, I tried to be like I seen all the other realtors. I tried to be this very buttoned up and very polished and pearls and the right country club and the right thing. And it was horrible. And I was terrible at it. And it wasn't until about 2 years in that I was like, well, I'm just going to be me.
Yeah.
And if people like that, great. And if they don't, that's okay too. Because I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I can be most people's glass of Chardonnay.
And that kind of keeps your mentality in your mental state. Just, I'm still myself. I'm not trying to And I think I love that you did that. And now you're fucking killing it.
I am. I'm really excited to be killing it too. And I like being able to say that and not being like, we're having a good year.
No, I hate that. You should, yeah. And I hate when people are like very, because if it was a dude.
Oh, it'd be on a billboard.
It'd be a fucking t-shirt.
Yeah.
He'd wear it every day.
Killing it.
And it'd say exactly what he made. And all the, do you know what I mean?
I said a house
like,
today.
let women, let women enjoy their you question. Like, let women enjoy it. And you should be able to. And I like that. It doesn't make you like cocky. It doesn't make anything. It makes you excited and proud of yourself. Like,
yeah. We work really hard. Yeah. So, and luckily, like the people on my team are all women, and it just happened that way. But we all tend to want to like pull back and not promote ourselves. And that's silly. That's just something that we were raised, especially being Southern. You're raised to like not be. Oh.
What's your picture perfect?
Yeah. You just need to be humble and be courteous and be quiet. And none of those things am I.
Which is, I love you. Can we talk about Let's Make a Deal? Was it Let's Make a Deal? No
gosh.
Deal or Deal?
It was Deal or No Deal with Howie Mandel.
Oh my God.
Lord
First of all, yes.
I mean, there's nothing like being on national television and tell people that you get gassy when you're nervous. That's, what I said. So that's great. Or seeing my mother and my husband have like a physical altercation over whether or not I shall be taking the deal. My mother like physically grabbed his mock turtleneck or whatever he was wearing. It was probably a very sensible sweater. And like pulled him back and was like, Mandy, you listen to me. You are not taking this deal. I took the deal. It was not a great choice. There was $750,000 in my suitcase. And we got $100,000.
I mean, it's still so cool.
Right. We were living in a really
We
bad
also have to say
neighborhood.
that because it was $750,000.
But every time my mom gets one too many in her, which
she tells you about
more
it
often than not. She says, remember that time? Remember that time you didn't listen to me? I'm like, yes, I remember that one time that I.
Oh, but it helped you guys get out of a shitty neighborhood?
Yeah, we were in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. It was awful. Every time I took a shower, this alarm went off, which triggered the police and the fire department to come. We could not figure out why. Luckily, I knew the fire guy, and he kept coming, and I had a bit of a crush on him in high school. Scott did not age well.
And you would like,
he was like, girl,
not age.
You
walk out in your towel, and you're like,
sure? Even though I'm still sweating, and I've been out of the shower for a good 20 minutes, and there's no biological reason for it, because I'm only in my 20s. Are you sure, Scott? And he was like, yeah, no, we have to fine you if we come back. Yeah. And like the repo guy used to come and I would just sit up at night and like watch my neighbors get repoed. And so we need it out. I look back on it now and I'm like, yeah, that was not great for me. That was not a good place.
See? Mm-hmm. Okay. See, so tell your mom, give her another wine glass and be like, it was perfect. Now I'm making that money, mama.
Yes.
Don't worry about that. $750,000.
We come from a lucky line of people. She won $87,000 on a slot machine when I was 7.
Was it a penny slot?
It was a quarter slot.
Shit.
Yeah. And we were poor. Do
you think it's because they pray so much? Older people?
What is the greatest Catholic
my
of all
grandma?
Time, because she's Catholic, yet she does not believe any of the tenets.
Yeah. Smart.
Yeah. She's like, definitely reincarnation. I'm like, nope, that's not.
That's not part.
Like, Jesus may not be the savior. Okay. Pretty much the big pillar, Mom. Like,
you're not a devout Catholic, Mom.
Right. Remember the whole Lent thing and Friday ham? What are you guys eating? I mean, it's just a honey baked ham. It doesn't count. Really?
Honey baked. She's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The honey changes everything. See, I like her. I really already like her. She's a devoted Catholic she's isn't likable. A devoted Catholic.
And she's been in the same bit. She's been a realtor for 40 years. So watching her.
Oh, shit.
Was like,
where were you working before you became a realtor?
I was working at a radio station. In radio
Sounds
sales.
like you loved it.
The day I decided I needed to leave, so I used to call them car dealers, and it was in Savannah.
Oh no!
And there was this one car dealer, and you always have to go at the end of the month, and he would only re-sign with us if I went to lunch with him at the strip club that he claimed had the best buffet in town. There's nothing like eating at a strip club buffet on a Tuesday at 11:30 in the morning. And I remember leaving and walking out and thinking, you know what, that is a good buffet. Because the women are hairless, so it's not like there's any hair getting into the buffet. But it is a good buffet. But it is a Tuesday at 12:30, and I am covered in glitter, and I smell, and I feel dirty.
This is my rock bottom.
This is it for me. I can no longer travel this path.
First of all, been there. I've been in IT sales for a long time. And I'm just like, why is business done here? Mm-hmm. And I always become friends with the strippers because they're wonderful women. They are so sweet. So fucking sweet.
Smart.
So smart. And they're just like, they're so dumb. Just going to get this money. And I'm like, yeah, high five. And they're just like, wow, you're so good friends. I'm like, yeah, they're my friends now because you guys are pathetic pieces of shit. Oh my God. But that's my thing. Like been at that rock bottom moment. And I like that that's actually yours because you're like, this is a nice time. Great buffet. I'm going to own what's good. But I don't want to be covered in glitter. Glitter's not my friend.
No, and it's smelly. It's smelly a little bit. A little sticky on the floors.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't want to go to there.
I don't want to go to there.
So I immediately went home. I signed up for the online course. And I was like, you know what? I can do this. Like, my mom can do this.
That's what I was going to say. Did you think of it because your mom?
I did. I thought, if she can do it.
I'm going to kill this shit.
Definitely do this.
Okay. I actually love that. When you first said like you weren't going to have kids to your mom being like Southern, and was she like, are you crazy?
No, I think she saw my personality and she was like, that's a good call.
Oh
you are not. Actually, my mother is
love it.
Awesome. But she sometimes doesn't hear the words that come out of her mouth. So I remember after I had Colin, he was about a year old, and it was right around his 1 year. And my mom was like, Mandy, I just want to say we were so proud of you because we did not think this was going to go well. Like, you've shocked us. And I was like, thanks. And that's a lot of times how my
That was a lot, though. That was sweet. That was a proud mom moment for her. We thought you'd be a shitty
mom, but look at you surprising us.
Look at you. You surprising us every day. I thought you would fail.
We thought you were going to definitely turn that into a fire station, but you've not. So kudos. Like, so she just kind of does stuff like she doesn't mean to.
I kind of love that though. We're going to have fun. Aggressive. Is she still in Georgia?
She's still in Savannah. She will never leave. None of my family left, except my one sister who's now in Charleston, like near Savannah.
Yep, let's down
they all stay.
Just
very close.
And you stay Southern in your twang.
Which is great in Florida because I'm really not as Southern as true Southerners are. The fact that I'm here with you on Easter weekend, I don't know if I can.
How dare you? At this time, Jesus opened the tomb and said, where's all the eggs hidden?
Right.
That was part of the story. I tell my kids that.
That seems right.
I'm not sure if it's
Why
right.
Why else would he come out? Like,
yeah, is it an Easter egg
hunt? A cool space by myself for a weekend.
So he peeks in. He's like, are we doing this hunt? You guys ready?
I got the golden egg.
Did you guys eat your hamburgers on Friday? Nobody? Okay, let's do it. I got the golden egg. Got it.
Joke's on you. Yeah. In the tomb with me.
First one out is a rotten egg. But we're so lame and I love it. I love that you bring your whole self as like a realtor. I'm friends with a lot of realtors, which is crazy to me.
You guys are a rock without hitting 4 of us. So.
God, right?
Lord.
You're everywhere now.
The entry is so easy. I mean, it costs a couple $100 and you're a realtor.
Yeah.
But I think I was reading the other day, there's like a 78% attrition rate. So after the first year, 78% of agents don't renew their license.
Shit. You're totally right. Because I remember my one friend was like, I'm an agent now. And then like 3 weeks later, she's like, yeah, it just wasn't for me. And I'm like, oh.
You came out strong though, honey. You came out strong. Yeah.
And you know, in my head, sometimes I'm like, God, I would love to know more, but I'm just going to ask my friends.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people, like I'm in a mastermind group and one of the new agents posted on their Facebook page, like, I'm not getting any business. I thought I'd be killing it by now. And so I just asked a few questions like, what are you doing to earn trust? You just became an agent. Like, why would people all of a sudden use you? And she almost seemed like, what do you mean? Like, I'm a realtor. Isn't that enough? Like, no, it's not, because 8 to 10 realtors. So if you aren't showing that you're an expert, why would they all of a sudden use you? 7 months ago, you were a hairdresser.
Yeah, that's what I tell people in leadership, because I'm an executive team for sales. And I'm always just like, if you haven't created that space of trust, what makes you think everybody's going to come to you and be like, oh, this is what I need?
Yeah, and I remember when
nobody's going to do that.
I was like, how am I going to do this? And I used to have a Facebook page that was like everybody else's, and it was like, look at my new listing. I've got an open house. And I had this social media coach, and she was like, why don't you just start giving away information? So now everything we do on social is just all like, hey, here's behind the curtain of real estate. Here's something you probably don't think about before you stick your sign in the yard because the market prices are high. Did you know about capital gains tax? Do you know why the commissions
now people trust you?
Yeah. Do you know about the junk fees you're being charged?
Because you're not like, look at my outfit today. You're like, this is an important subject. Also,
because I didn't know if you
she looks great. I usually do, but I just take like little things now because people get nervous. So she looks amazing. But yeah, that's my thing. Like, you can't build trust, and I already trust you. So if I was getting a house, I have a lot of friends in real estate, but
I think one thing that we always encourage people to do when we're meeting them for a listing is have 2 agents meet with you.
Oh, I love that.
So at least you know. I mean, why would you go and only test drive one car? Like, have two people meet with you, show you what you're getting for the commission before you agree with one.
My question, what's your team's name?
Pretty House Team.
Of course it is.
We sell ugly houses too, but they're easier when
Is your husband the the poster boy for it?
Oh my gosh, Katie, right. You have just become the marketing manager.
You're welcome.
Welcome to the team.
Worked in marketing a very long time. You're welcome.
Our thing is just a pretty logo. But no, he should be with his shirt off, just holding a tiny house.
Can I just say how much I love your relationship with him? Because I also have a hot husband, and I always say that.
I know. I looked at pictures. I was like, wow, Katie. Somebody else.
So you saying that all the time, like, yeah, I mean, he's hot, so I just had his baby.
Yeah, like, whatever it takes, dude. I remember when I met my husband, it was at an assisted living facility, and there was like 1,800 African Americans and my white standing husband at the end of this. And I was like, first of all, I felt really tall in there because old people get short. Mm-hmm. So I was like, this is amazing. I love all of these people. I want to hug them. And then I looked down the hall and I was like, who's this Adonis?
I don't only want to hug him.
Please tell me that is not the person I'm meeting with today. And then he sat down at the table and I was like, well, this hour presentation is going to last about 7 minutes because I'm not going to breathe. I'm going to mouth vomit all of this upon you. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to leave.
Aww.
And
what a love story.
I think the first time in history a pharmacy did a live radio remote.
Oh.
It was not a good sales idea.
Really?
He bought the whole package. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you know it. He knows it.
He knows it.
We know it.
He got me, so kudos.
An assisted yeah, he got you.
Yeah,
and cheers to him with his hot ass wife,
fair.
right? Cheers to him. He's got his hot ass wife. You're welcome. Also, you're welcome.
Same.
Yeah. See, this is where we are today. I'm very excited. I love the just part. You're like assisted living. And I'm like, oh, how is this story going?
Where's this going? He was very old and wealthy, and I was connected. I mean, what can I say? I'm just kidding.
That's also my thing. Like, I didn't take the route of rich, old, not for love, and I picked love.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like was it wrong? No, I have a hot husband. It's fine. We're going to just run it out.
I mean, how old are you?
37 next month.
You're in it for the long haul.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. Here we are. Living. Here we are in the long haul. But you know, sometimes you just got to love what you have. Be present. Okay, so going as your realtor self, what is what is something that sets you apart?
I'm adjusting the mic.
Oh.
Because it went low.
Oh, really?
When they go low, I go high.
Uh-huh. Yeah, always, Michelle.
Okay. Authenticity. I don't know how to tighten my mouth.
Oh, I can.
I'll just hold it like a...
Why?
So I just think that when you meet with a client, if you are not being 100% honest with them, they're going to be upset in the end. And when it comes to our team, when you meet with me, you get me. So the new thing in real estate is like big teams. And a lot of times you'll meet with the head of the team, the person on the billboard, and then you never hear from them again. Whereas with us, if you meet with me, you get me. And I do the loving parts. I do the relationship parts. And then the parts I'm bad at, which is paperwork and details, we have people that love that part that do that part. Yeah. So you don't feel passed off or passed around.
You have the behind the scenes people and because you're building the relationship. Yours is a relationship sell.
And then after that, you're always, I think a lot of times people will get a closing gift from their realtor, but we do 8 gifts throughout the first year of your transaction, whether you bought or sold with us. And then we have multiple client parties a year. I've got 3 birthday parties this afternoon for clients and their kids. And I've got a dog birthday tomorrow. And you really become part. I know the dog birthday made you laugh, but listen, I'm more excited about the dog birthday.
I know you are. That's what made me laugh about it. Cause I'm like, that's your favorite part.
I'm so excited. I've got dog ice cream cones at home right now and they are going to tear it up. Anyway, so once you close with us, it's not like, thank you so much. Have a great day. Here's your keys. I am going to be at your wedding, at your bar mitzvah, and that's why I'm here. Like my husband is sort of the CFO because I was forgetting to deposit commission checks. And he was like, hey, you had 2 closings last week and I don't see anything in the accounts. I'm like, oh my God, where
did I put those
money? And he's like, how is this not important to you? And I truly don't care. Like, I don't care.
You say, wait, I'm going to backtrack. I'm going to my steps.
I believe I have it.
I think it's there.
And then I did that paper confetti thing for them with the video. I think I lost it somewhere between that and when I took them out for pizza.
First of all,
regardless, I'm going to their puppy party on Sunday.
As
so
you
I'll
should.
ask about it.
Yeah, I'll ask where it might be. The dog might have eaten it.
Yeah, it'll be fine. So that's what I love.
So your husband's CFO.
He is. He reminds me to deposit the checks.
Someone needs to. Jesus, you're doing the work, sister.
Like, I do not care about it.
I do love that. Your energy, just you being vulnerable, right? You're just very honest with people. I love that shit. I feel like you could really take on any job, but real estate is, I enjoy when people get into the home, they're thinking about their future and, so I love that.
And it's such a big decision. So
huge.
Like, if people are freaking out about a master bedroom closet, you have to know that like, it's not about the master bedroom closet. It's like when you fight with your husband over the, I don't know, let's just hypothetically say the peanut butter covered knife in the sink when you just clean the whole kitchen. Oh. It's not really about that, is it? Is it, Katie?
Did that happen last night?
It happens every night, Katie. He's learned. He understands to put it in some sort of water.
Yes, put it in water.
I mean, for Pete's sake.
Something out. Your kids just had sticky sorbet.
I found
put some water in
on my carpet
fucking
this
bowl.
And I don't know how long it's been there.
Do you know what?
Like a little sticky. It's hard.
We're out to get y'all. We're going to come get you.
So now I'm going to have to order a new bag.
Do you help other realtors get into their space or what they're doing?
That's sort of funny that you bring that up because I've had a lot of people on social media who will send me messages like, hey, I get what you're doing, but I don't understand how to do it. So I am going to start sort of offering courses for agents who really want to be better at this.
I love that.
Because I think there's room for people to be good at this job and to feel rewarded by it. And not just feel like you're running all around town because a lot of times the client doesn't know until you teach them what the expectations are. And if you lay down a professional business in front of them, they'll respect your time. Otherwise, you're just running around like a chicken with your head cut off. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to educate them. And you don't know how to make them feel grateful for choosing you. I mean, a handwritten note goes a real long way, but if you don't know the process and you don't treat it like a business, you're going to fail.
And I have my handwritten note from you because you're adorable.
And I would say thanks a latte.
Oh my God.
I forgot to write
you just winked so hard.
I know, it was a very subtle wink.
So, okay, where can we find you?
You can find me at Palm Harbor Coastal Living on Facebook. You can find me at Pretty House Team on Insta. Is that how they
it's the IG? Slip into my DMs.
Slip into my
I know, but slip into them, and then you can see her TikTok name from your post.
You totally can. I did a link tree. I mean, I'm not bragging, but I heard that was a thing.
Yep, people do it. And people click on it
somewhere and go there, and then obviously prettyhouseteam.com
because it's you.
It's me
living your life
all the time.
I love this, Amanda. I don't want to say your last name.
Don't.
You can find her on Not a Great Whisper podcast page at The Real K-Ray, KatieRay.com, all the major podcast platforms. We are at BKN Creative and Ybor. Do you have any last little nuggets you want to share?
If you can't be
for
good,
my
be
billion.
good at it.
If you can't be good, be good at it. And
my grandma used to say that. How dirty is that?
I love her. You come from a long line of awesome women. I like it.
Long line of Bailey's drinking, curly hair wearing, Misty 120 ultralight smoking.
Yeah. Important characteristics to have.
Yeah.
100%. You nailed it today. You were my first episode. This is awesome. Thanks for joining.